Hi friends, welcome to our new video. This video is about the three types of learning algorithm, that is supervised and unsupervised and reinforcement learning. Okay, you'll be knowing this learning types coming under what machine learning, right? So coming to the point, that is you'll be knowing the amount of data that is generated in the world is very huge, right? So the data is generated by not only by humans but also by what smartphones, computers and other devices. Okay, so based on the kind of data, okay, based on the kind of data and at a motive, okay, the motive present, the programmer should be able to choose that how to train an algorithm by using a learning model. Okay, so coming to machine learning, how the in machine learning the efficiency of a system improves by repeatedly performing the task on data, right, rather than explicit programming. Okay, so just we are repeatedly performing the task based on the data. So you have to there might be a different kinds of data might be available, right? So coming to the topic, that is supervised, unsupervised and reinforcement learning. First we will discuss about the supervised learning. Okay, so in the name itself, supervised learning, that is there is a supervisor, right? So suppose I will give you a general example. Suppose where a student is sitting in a maths class, okay, and there is a teacher who is the supervisor, supervising you, that is guiding you to solve a particular problem, okay, and that is whether you are doing it correctly or not, and likewise. So there is an output is known, right? Output is known, and there is a labeled data set. That is, in supervised learning we are teaching the machine by using what? Labeled input. By using labeled input, that is, in labeled data set there will be a labeled data set. Labeled data set means what? A data set whose input and output to the problem is known. Okay, so for example, there is a labeled data set of animal images is given to you, that is, it will identify whether the image is of a dog or a cat. So when a new image comes up to the model, it can identify, it will compare the new image in the labeled with the labeled data set, okay, for predicting the correct label. Okay, likewise. So in supervised learning, just remember, a labeled data set will be given to you. Okay, labeled data set means what? The solution, answer to the solution is already known. Okay, answer to for that problem is already known. So there is a labeled data set given. After that we will be training the model. Okay, training the model, you are giving new images to the model, that the model should recognize, the system should recognize that image, right? So in training there will be a supervisor who is guiding you. Okay, after that you will be getting the output, and you are using some algorithms for processing the output, and you will get the final output. Okay, in supervised learning, the algorithms are k nearest neighbor, then linear regression, decision tree. These types of algorithms are coming under this supervised learning, that we will discuss one by one later. Okay, so in supervised learning there are two problems there are in supervised learning. First problem is what? Classification. Okay, classification. Then second is regression. Okay, these are the two type of problems that is coming under supervised learning. Coming to the classification, just if a new image is coming, okay, so you have to classify the new image into any of these categories. That is, you are just classifying the input, okay, input member to one or several classes. Okay, one or several classes, and if any new image comes, you have to classify that image into any of these classes, right? So similar properties will be grouped in one class. Okay, one class will be having similar properties. Objects are grouped in one class. Okay, similar objects are grouped in one class. Likewise, like concepts of classification is mainly used for predicting a discrete value. Okay, just remember, predicting a discrete value. Then then coming to the regression, regression means we are just predicting, that is predicting a quantity, means it is a continuous value. Okay, for continuous data we are using regression, that is for predicting the price of land in a city. Likewise, that is of regression type problems. Okay, we'll discuss this in later. Just remember the two types of problems that is coming under the supervised learning, that is classification problem and regression problem. Okay, that is about supervised learning algorithm. Clear? Next is unsupervised learning. Okay, so on unsupervised learning, there is no label data set is given to you. The main difference between the supervised and unsupervised learning is that in unsupervised learning, no clean and label data set is given to you in advance. Okay, only the input data is given. Okay, only the input data is given in unsupervised learning, whereas in supervised learning you will be given input and output data. Okay, output variables are given to you, but in unsupervised doesn't. That is only the input data is given, that is unlabeled input is given to you. Okay, so you are just exploring the patterns and trends in the unlabeled input. In the input data, you are just trying to find out several patterns. Okay, based on the patterns you are generating the output. Okay, so basically this in unsupervised learning, in the algorithm we are using neural networks, then okay, neural networks and all that. These are we are using unsupervised learning. Okay, then in analysis of data, and that is we are performing real-time analysis. Okay, in unsupervised learning we are performing real-time analysis. It is in supervised we are just performing offline analysis, right? So that is the main difference between supervised and unsupervised learning algorithms. Okay, so coming to the third one, that is reinforcement type. Okay, reinforcement type. Okay, coming to the reinforcement. In reinforcement, this is different from this two, that is supervised and unsupervised. That is in reinforcement learning, the agent, okay, algorithm will react to the environment. Okay, agent might interact with the environment. Okay, environment for producing several actions. Okay, based on the action he will get a reward. That is the concept. Okay, so that is it. For example, agent is trying to manipulate the environment by performing several actions. For example, let us observe a child. So a child will take his or her first step by observing others walking right, and tries to replicate the same. And the child is trying to replicate the same. So here treat the child as an agent, okay, who is taking his or her first steps, and after a few steps he or she gets a reward, that is an appreciation. And if he or she fails to do that, he will doesn't get any reward. Okay, likewise this reinforcement learning works. Okay, and this algorithm is mainly used in robotics and gaming and all that. Okay, that is reinforcement learning. So here agent is trying to manipulate the environment. Okay, so here no predefined data is given in reinforcement learning. This we will observe the environment likewise. So these are the three types of learning algorithm that we are using in machine learning, and just you have to just remember what is the difference between these three types of learning. And also in unsupervised learning, the two problems are association and clustering. These are the two problems in unsupervised learning. Clear? So here that's about this three types of learning, and in the next video we'll be discussing about neural networks and all that. Okay, then thank you.